Welcome to Show on the Go. It's your boy Roscoe Squeeze Off with.
Rich Black, man.
Today we gonna hit up one of our classic shows, which is the argument of where does Biggie rank all time as far as rappers go. Go ahead and hit him up, Rich. Let him know what you think about that.
Well, my buddy here, Roscoe, seems to believe that Biggie ranks number one of all time as far as the best rapper to ever live. Okay. I disagree in a sense, but I don't disagree as far as his lyrical lyrical flow or anything like that. The only reason that I disagree, and Roscoe and I have had this argument for a very long time, is just I feel as though the Notorious B.I.G. was great in his own right, but did not have enough work, did not have a big enough body of work to be labeled the greatest rapper of all times. I don't believe you could do it with 2 albums. I don't believe that Mayweather could have came in and fought 2 fights and then be labeled the greatest fighter of all times, or Muhammad Ali or whatever. You know, so I definitely think that he needs more of a body of work.
All right. Well, first of all, let me explain to Mr. Rich here why he is wrong. It is based on quality, not quantity. And to not punish the man for dying, I just want to look at the facts. First of all, I believe his flow was the best flow of all time. Now, granted, this is strictly opinion based. He had the best flow. He could switch his flow up. He could go faster. He could go slower. He's one of the best storytellers of all time. Dare I say the best, but I think Slick Rick was really great as well. But I think he's right there. And Nas has told some great stories too.
And I'm not gonna lie, Kendrick Lamar. I said it in the first one. I don't mean to cut you off, Roscoe, but I said it in the first one that I believe that Slick Rick was the greatest storyteller of all time. I am now hovering, kind of, or maybe you could say straddling the fence, because I know you're not gonna agree with it, but I feel like your boy Kendrick Lamar may be the best storyteller of all time.
Listen, that's a show for another day. That dude is not even in the same stratosphere with a Biggie. Biggie, or a Slick Rick. Biggie can make you picture the story. You didn't need a video. You didn't need anything. You could picture everything he said like you were there. That when he finally created a video, all right, I got a story to tell. When he talks about messing with one of the Knicks, the former New York Knicks basketball players, ladies or something, to that nature. He tells you that story that if he made a video, everything in the video would be the same thing as what you thought it was, because that's how descriptive the rap was. I always hit the same line with everyone. T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and Welch is great. When he talks about going to the telly to fill his belly, he breaks down the meal. You can picture the T-bone steak, the cheese eggs, and the Welch is great. The man was the most descriptive rapper of all time. You could picture everything he said in his raps that he made up on the top of his head. You could picture everything. He had deep flow. I mean, it was amazingly deep flow when he told his stories. He also had an unmatched freestyle skill, from what they say. That, according to the movies and Puffy and a lot of different artists that have been around him, Jay-Z and the Lox, they all said he just hopped in the studio, didn't write anything down. They played a beat, he bopped his head for a couple seconds, and then he would just flow. That was how he made his albums. They said he would get high as a kite, drink, the whole 9 yards. They put a beat on, the dude would just flow, and it would be a super hit.
Look, I don't doubt that. And again, I ain't taking nothing away. Personally, my favorite, like if I had to put 2 albums against each other, If I had to put 3 albums against each other, let's just say for this time period, 3 albums pent against each other, what would be the better album? In my own opinion, I'm going to go with the 3 albums I'm going to choose would be Nas, Illmatic, the best album ever on the face of the earth, but I'll get back to that. Okay. I'm going to go with Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. That was cool. And I'm going to go with Biggie, first album, banger. Now, out of those 3, I'm going to go with Nas. I'm going to go with Nas because I'm going to tell you, Nas' first album was so serious. Lyrically, outrageous. Talking about walking you through scenes, crazy. Talk about the illest, just the illest flow. Even his, I'm not even going to lie. I've always been a Nas fan, and I understand that Nas beats, for the most part, don't be on point. I get that. I don't disagree with that.
Worst beat picker of all time.
I can't disagree with that. But that first album, all the beats were on point. They matched the whole floor of the album, and that's because he used a bunch of different producers back then that were hot back then. So that album, to me, I know y'all not gonna like it. I know Roscoe not gonna like it, but I'm gonna say it. Even though Biggie first album had Warning and all those great songs in it, I would go with Nas because Nas' first album, the storytelling he was telling on that was serious. I mean, if you look closely at the movie Belly, a lot of those scenes were pulled straight out of the Illmatic CD. Would you not agree? What would you not agree?
That was intentional. Nas was part of the crew with Hype Williams to make the movie. That was intentional.
But still, so when you talk about bringing it to life, that whole joint took me back to Illmatic. But I saw the vision.
Illmatic is 10 songs. Illmatic is 10
That's all
songs.
You need. That's all you need. That's all you need. Now, see, I'm not saying Nas is the greatest rapper of all time, like everybody's trying to put Biggie, which I think is not right, because he can't do it off of 2 albums. Now, as far as the greatest album, I'm going to say Nas, even though it was only 10 songs, they were 10 straight bangers. It was 10 great songs.
Well, hold on. Let me break it down to you real quick. This is about Biggie, but just to shut down this Nas has the best album thing. Nas had 10 songs. The first one is the Genesis. It's 1:45, so it's mainly an intro. New York State of Mind was dope. Life's a Bitch was pretty dope. The World Was Yours pretty dope. Halftime, subpar. It was not all of that. Memory Lane, Sitting in the Park, that is not all of that. One Love is my favorite on it. You know what I'm saying? If you're a street kid, I was a street kid at that time, that really resonates. One Time for Your Mind, okay, not great. Represent, the remix was better than the original, but the original Represent was nice. It ain't hard to tell. You know, it was decent, pretty decent. Now, I think when they came out, it had a bonus track on there, which is If I Rule the World was also on there with Lauryn Hill. And that was a pretty popular one that was all over the radios. But if you're talking best album, now granted, I'm saying Biggie's the best lyricist, best rapper of all time. I don't know if he has the best album of all time. Now, I would definitely if I had to ride for, this is how we used to go about it back in the day. And Richard know what I'm talking about. When you took a long trip back in the day, you grabbed a CD because you didn't have all the streaming. You couldn't just go online or you didn't have XM satellite radio. You couldn't just listen to every song that ever came out at the touch of a fingertip. So you had to take what you had with you. You had a CD back in the day. If you had to take one CD and ride, long distance, New York to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? You ride from LA to San Francisco, a back and forth trip. You gonna play that CD the whole way up and down, right? So Biggie had 17 joints on Ready to Die, and most of those were bangers. I mean, they were all over the radio. I mean, you had Things Done Changed. You had Give Me the Loot. Warning, Ready to Die. Yo, Biggie gave me one more chance. That and the remix was all over. Juicy, everybody know Juicy. Everyday Struggle. Me and My Bitch was classic. Big Papa was a super classic. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's the one we went to. Me and my bet. You know, me and my T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. Yo, Suicidal Thoughts, yo. Come on now. Yo.
Listen, listen. I never want. I never go by what they play on the radio, because to me, that's not really putting out what the artist in the artist's true form of, as far as originality.
It's
and all
hidden
of that
agendas.
stuff.
It's also hidden agendas behind what's played on the radio sometimes.
Right. So as far as Biggie's concerned, like you said in your own statement, most of my 17 songs, most of them were bangers.
More than 10. How about that? More than what's on Nas's Illmatic. As a matter of fact, just to throw this out there, it's a lot of great albums. If I had to pick one album, I wouldn't even pick Ready to Die. If I had to play one album I have to listen to for the next month, this is really old school for y'all, but I'm going Dr. Dre The Chronic, so that's neither here nor there. But that's my favorite riding album of all time. That was like, that production was so amazing. I might even go NWA Strata Compton, because just Dre's production makes it great to just ride to his music. Just his music, his beats, the sound, the clarity, plus the rap, it's just amazing. But as far as just lyrics, is what we're talking about here. Who's the best lyricist of all time? I'm not taking anybody over Biggie. And Nas is a distant third, which is third is still great. But it's a lot of Jay-Z albums I'm taking over that. I'm taking Reasonable Doubt over Illmatic. I may even take the Blueprint 1 and 2 over it. I think 2 was the double disc, I believe.
Now, but you know what? Now, I will say this. I will truly say this. The only reason why I even threw Nas in there is because of album-wise. I don't think that Nas is the best, the best rapper of all time, the best lyricist of all time. I don't believe that. I was just pinning that his album against, a good album against a good album. As far as, in my own opinion, what I feel as though is the best rapper of all times, I gotta give it to Rakim, bro. I gotta give it to Rakim. Eric being Rakim, I gotta give it to Rakim. There was nothing like that dude's lyrics. Skill, flow. I mean, the dude killed it, man. He killed it, and I really don't think that he got as much props. Well, he didn't get the props that he should have, but then again, he wasn't commercial neither, though.
Let me throw something out there to you. I love Rakim. I grew up on Rakim. He's before Biggie. I'm pretty sure he had some influence on Biggie. Here's the problem with Rakim. Rakim, with his multitude of arsenal of music, I don't think he has as many great songs as Biggie does. And Biggie only has 2 albums. I mean, you got Microphone Fiend, Paid in Full, which was basically Eric B more than him, because he didn't really rap in there. He had a one verse throughout the whole, 5 minutes. It was just a beat. You know what I'm saying? My Melody, Follow the Leader, I love that. Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em. Mahogany was one of my all-time favorites. But besides that, he doesn't have a lot of, you got Flow Forever, 18th Letter, but these are not like classic music. Like Biggie made anthems, literal anthems in two albums, man. 2 albums.
So you telling me that a rapper that only has 2 albums, one that was super great, one that was okay.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had a lot of questions. How do we record an episode? How do we get our show on all the apps that people will listen to? How do we make money off of our podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing our podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with some great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading you this ad. Anchor, we started almost about a year ago, and it's been a godsend. Like I said, it's a one-stop shop for everything. You don't have to have any experience, and it takes you where you want to be. So if you've always wanted to start your own podcast and make money by doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start. And join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
Lightly.
Okay.
Lightly. Okay. I say that very lightly. Okay. And that had 2 CDs. In all honesty, I thought that second album, that second Biggie album, was a little relaxed compared to the first body of. I do. I'm sorry, man. Listen, let me tell you this. When I saw the video come out for that album, what was the first song that he had put out and off of that second album?
Hypnotize.
Him and Puffy was on the boat and all that. With
Hypnotize.
Versace shirts and all of that. Man, I said, Puffy done got to him. It's over. I said, Puffy done got to him. It's over. Because he was sitting up there with his Versace shirts on the yacht. I just got a very relaxed vibe. Like, I'm a little soup right now. It wasn't the Biggie that was in the jersey in the Air Force Ones that I saw in the first album, in the first video, and Juicy and all of that. It wasn't that same Biggie. It was a different Biggie that I saw. And it showed in his work. It showed in that second album. He was too relaxed.
Young people who don't know, who weren't around in 1995, I think it was, or 6, whatever this came out, don't fall for this rhetoric, this nonsense. Let me hit you with some bangers for you young people to research, and you will be like, man, this guy has the best flow. This is album 2. I'm Fucking You Tonight with R. Kelly. Granted, R. Kelly's a little suspect nowadays. Back then, the man was the man. You know what I'm saying?
How was that a good song lyrically?
Yo, he flowed through. He told a great story, man. He's talking about how that was every young dude's story before you had any money. Trying to get to your girl, trying to get to a girl, even if her sister was there in our house, trying to sneak in. Come on, that was the normal life. Look, what's beef? That is that breaks down what beef is. The 10 crack commandments. Anybody that ever hit the streets, those are facts. Those are not guesses. It's not just telling. That's not just a story. Those are facts. You could actually learn to hustle and live life and do really well hustling off of that. Not to say you want to do that. Stay away from drugs. Down with dope, up with hope. Yo, Sky's the Limit was amazing, yo. I love because of him, I will never forget the phrase, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus some fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Yo, come on. Yo, that is so amazing. Yo, these are all, Player Hater was just a look of jump. Yo, Nasty Boy, come on now. Yo, what's we say? He say how it start off? It always starts off, but I don't usually. Come on, man. The man spit fire. Yo. Fire, people, they pray for my downfall. They pray for my downfall. Yo, he had a bunch of hits on here, yo. I got a story to tell. Is one of the best stories ever told. You know, more money, more problems. I love the dough with Jay-Z. Oh my gosh, he had so many hits. He
had so many radio classics on there. I'm telling you, that's more of a relaxed album. All the songs that you named were more of a relaxed album. That was I'm Biggie, I made it, we getting money, I'm good, I'm not. It wasn't that hungry Biggie. Listen, I'm looking at the list now. Life After Death, okay, Somebody's Gotta Die. That was a great one. Hypnotize, commercialized, didn't get it. Kick in the Door, one of my favorite.
Exactly.
Okay. But that even took me back to the first Biggie joint. Okay. The one that you said, Fucking You Tonight.
Great story. That's true life when you was young. And you had no money yet.
I feel like not R. Kelly. I feel like Nelly could have did a version of that without the curse.
Oh man, come on.
Like that was a Will Smith hit.
Oh man.
I'm just playing. Shout out to Will Smith. That's my man, though. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
Yo, I got a story to tell. Maybe the best story ever told in rap.
That was okay. More money, more problems. No, niggas bleed. That was good.
More money, more problems. That introduced the locks.
Not impressed. Notorious.
Oh man.
The locks did better on their own.
Man.
And then what's this? What's the Notorious Thugs? That's the one. That's the one you always talk about with Bone Thugs, right?
Yeah.
Whack.
Yo,
whack.
He rapped their style better than they did. Yo, he flowed so well with that.
I don't know why they made that the first song on that second album like that. That was so whack. That was a turn off for me. I almost didn't listen to the rest of the album because of that song. Going back to Cali, Ten Commandments, Genius, Player Hater.
The Limit. One of the best songs ever.
Long Kiss. I'm gonna tell you, Long Kiss Goodnight. That was my favorite song on that whole double CD.
Not Sky's the Limit?
No, hell no.
Yo, he told the story coming up, man. Yo, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You want to see the inside? I see you later. Yo, what did he say? The dude said, the dude walk up to him. Yo, that's the dude with the fake bow. Stay in your place. Play your position. Come on. That's real life. That was real life as a kid.
Wasn't impressed, so.
Oh, man.
Long Kiss Goodnight was by far my favorite song on that whole album. And again, what did that do? Take me back to the Ready to Die. Took me back to the Ready to Die. Yo, Biggie was hungry and Ready to Die. Life or Death, was cool. He was like, yo, I'm cool. You can even tell by the titles in the Ready to Die joint. Things Unchanged, loved it. Give Me the Loot, one of my favorite. I don't even know who the rapper was. What on that was on that?
That was Give Me the Loot was him. He rapped both parts. That's what made him great.
You sure? He rapped.
Give me the loot. Yeah, let's go, Bubba. That was him too.
No, I don't know, but that was good. Machine Gun Funk, great. Wanted, my favorite. Ready to Die, that was good. One More Chance,
classic. With the chicks, come on with the. Oh man.
Like bullshit.
Yo, what's my line? Even if you do man's a certified Mac, you get the itch down in you. You want that old thing back? Come on now. He got so many quotes. That's what makes him one of the best. His lyrics are so amazing, and he has the most quotable lines out of anybody. I know you say you don't quote rap songs. You can quote Biggie in conversation. That's just, his lines are so distinctive, and they get to the point, and they mean a lot.
He's the most quotable rapper, but again, I'm still not falling for it. 2 albums, not enough body. Suicide Thoughts was my favorite song on that album. The only reason why is because in that song, I could really, just like Warning, I could really picture it all going down. So I could really see that. So that was one of my favorite songs. And Who Shot You was good. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little biased.
Who Shot You? I forgot him. That's not even on the album. That was the EP that was gonna come. Yo.
Right.
I'm toting Glocks, the christening, and the cocks, and the fire positioning. Come on, the man had some of the best lines of all time. I know we gotta wrap this thing up. All I gotta say is, my argument is this. I'll do my argument first. My argument is quantity over quality. I mean, quantity over quality over quantity, and that's the problem. You keep saying he only had 2 albums, and he had the EP with Warning on it. So you're punishing him for dying, and you're taking quantity, which is what a lot of guys have, a lot of other artists have, over quality. This man had 2 albums. He had all these hits. I understand radio play doesn't make a difference, but it's a reason that most rappers say he's the best rapper. It's a reason for that, because they know how hard it is to do what he does. The man makes you where you quote and you sing along with his stuff, because the stuff was on point. He didn't have to twist his tongue and and say words you don't understand or don't know what it is. He rapped clearly and concise. He helped the beats. The beats didn't help him. The man was amazing. I rest my case.
Well, I'm glad because you lost this one. I'm gonna say this. I get it. You know, I get how you feel. I think everybody feels as though he's the best to ever done it. I think it's more of a respect thing, honestly. And I get that. The man died. He died at the peak of his career. I get all of that. So you want to give him that label because of all these things. But as far as I'm concerned, Frank Sinatra couldn't do it on 2 albums, and he's one of the greatest in his field. Do you think Frank Sinatra could have came out with 2 albums and they're like, New York, and throw the mic down and they're like, oh my God, it's the greatest ever?
Look,
you can't do it.
I'm glad you said that. You just helped me make my point even further. Who's universally known as the best guitar player of all time?
Jimi Hendrix.
How many albums did Jimi Hendrix have?
I couldn't tell you.
I believe it was T. I believe it was T.
But look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I see where you're going with that, but I'm gonna say it like this:
quality over quantity.
For my own selfish reasons, the reason why I believe that Jimi Hendrix was the best guitar player ever, because he black. I'm gonna say it because he black, so I'm biased anyway. So
listen, they've been a lot of great guitar players. I mean, you had a lot of black ones. You had Chuck Berry. You've had people throughout history that played great guitars, whether rock and roll or whatever. But people universally respect him because of his talent and the quality. Nobody says Jimi Hendrix would have been the best guitar player ever if he had 7 more albums. Nobody says that.
Hey, we don't know that. Guess we'll never know at this point. Well, all I'm saying is, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just, me personally, I can't see it. I just can't see it. I can't see it.
Well, everybody that listens to this, man, checks it out. Please let us know what you think. You know, when you click on our link, we always got the link in there. It takes you to all of our, we on iHeartRadio, we're on TuneIn, we're on Apple, we're on Google, we're on everything. So you click on our link, it takes you to all of our stuff. We're on YouTube. You can listen to everything we have. Hey, please weigh in. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Weigh in. We get people to weigh in all the time. I'd like to see what you guys think about this. Please let Richie know that he is incorrect. Biggie is the greatest rapper of all time. It's based on quality, not quantity.
And look, guys, don't be afraid to come out the woods. I know that y'all out there. Please go ahead and give your opinion so we can let Roscoe know, let it be known that Biggie was great. The greatest, we don't think so. It's okay for it to come out. We're under full protection. Okay? People are going to hate you, but don't worry about it. We know the truth. And I also wanted to say Jimi Hendrix had 4 albums. That's all I wanted to say. So
okay. I think one of those early didn't really count. It was like he made it in England. It was like 2 albums released in the States that were like hits, I think. Something to that effect. I watched the Jimi Hendrix story on what's that, Netflix?
Listen. It's just like pennies, man. It all counts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But definitely weigh in, y'all. Definitely listen to us. We're on a whole bunch of different platforms now. We're really excited about that. So you can download us and listen to our podcast pretty much on every platform out there. We're really excited for that. Thank y'all for your support. And also too, if you have any topics that you want to hear, that you want us to discuss, please send them in. We would love to have opportunity to interact with you guys a little bit more. It'd be great.
All right. Well, everyone, once again, thanks for listening to Show on the Go. It's your man Roscoe Squeeze Off with
Richie B.
Until next time.
Peace.
All right, we in there.